Your girl got a podcast. Your girl got a podcast. This is crazy. Hey y'all, welcome to Cleats and Receipts. It's your girl B, a football lover, a lover of all things Denver Broncos, and just a girl with one too many opinions, honestly. On this podcast, we're going to obviously talk all things football, all things Denver, well, Denver Broncos. We're going to talk about the WADs. We're going to talk about the on-field and off-field tea. We are going to talk about the drama. We are going to talk about my opinions and how I feel and my delusional takes. We're going to talk about it all. So let's jump right into it. First things first. My Denver Broncos, yes, the Denver Broncos, walked into Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to the Lincoln Financial Field and put, what Eagles fans like to say, BTA to them, especially in the fourth quarter, okay? Especially in the fourth quarter. You know, score was what, 3-3, then it was 3-10, then it got a little stagnant. Then they turned it up a little bit, got a couple touchdowns on us. And then we said, hold on, wait a minute, pause. Fourth quarter, we not going outside. It's not what we doing. Got to score, got to get 2 points. Thank you, Sean Payton, for that. You know that I'm not always your biggest fan when it comes to play calling, but that 2-point conversion was ballsy and I liked it. It was ballsy and I liked it. Got the dub. Walked out of there with the dub. Even though Eagles fans want to keep crying, oh, the refs beat us. No, baby. The refs did not beat y'all. The Denver Broncos beat y'all. Okay. The refs did not beat y'all. If anything, we got way more. Y'all keep complaining about these calls. We got way more calls than y'all. Y'all had like 55 yards and penalties. We had over 100. We had, what, 2 PI calls. One of them was complete BS. Y'all had missed PI calls. That personal foul was that ball was totally called for. Once the whistle blows, my guy, stop. My man was on the ground. The intentional grounding flag that got picked up, well deserved. Did y'all not see the Broncos player right there? Like in the still shot, he's literally right there. I'm gonna insert a clip. I'm gonna insert a clip of the intentional grounding so y'all can see exactly where the Broncos player was because he was literally right there. And then that Hail Mary. So let's talk about the Hail Mary. Because actually, let's back up a little bit before we get to the Hail Mary. We knew coming in that because y'all care so much about what the media has to say, especially that coach of y'all were going to force feed AJ Brown. And what y'all do? Tried to force feed that man. Y'all tried to shove the ball down his throat so hard and wasn't much sticking. Then y'all threw that ball down Hail Mary style, and he knocked it out of the hands of an Eagles player. At that point, he was playing for the defense. At that point, he wanted to be part of the number 1 defense in the league. At that point, that's exactly what it was. Speaking of the number 1 defense in the league, I said coming into the game that our defense was going to put Jalen on his back, and that's exactly what they did. Put him on his back and had him running out of bounds. Loved it, loved every minute of it. And to all you Eagles fans out here hollering, every time a team plays us and wins, they act like it's the Super Bowl. No, we don't act like it's the Super Bowl because we've been to the Super Bowl and won Super Bowls before y'all even got your first one. So it's not bad. It's just the fact that the entire point of playing a professional sport is to beat the best team in the league. And being that you guys are the Super Bowl champs, as well as you were undefeated, you were the best team in the league, right? So shouldn't you celebrate that win, right? When y'all finally started beating the Chiefs, y'all celebrated that win, right? When y'all beat the Patriots, y'all celebrated that win, right? Right? Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, what's going on around the league? So much has happened in these 5 weeks of football. It's crazy. The Bills are no longer undefeated. The Eagles are no longer undefeated. The Vikings, they sent them overseas for 2 weeks. Why would y'all send them overseas for 2 weeks to 2 different countries? They played in Dublin and lost to the Steelers, and then they went and played and bounced back in London. I think that they're going into a bye this week. I would hope they're going into a bye this week because the thought of playing 2 games overseas and then playing another game in the States is just crazy, and they would be set up for failure if that was the case. Daniel Jones is in Indy looking like the second coming of Peyton Manning, which is crazy. I'm not sure what is going on over there. I don't know if it's the change of ownership in Indy, which is great. I love that his daughters are leading the team. They're on the field. They're in it. They be having headsets on. They be taking notes. They be having notes for the coaches. Whatever they're doing over there is working. Daniel Jones looks great, which is completely shocking to all Giants fans because the Giants are doing giant things. Even though I am a Denver fan, I am also a fan of Russell Wilson. So to see his decline and demise starting or still happening in New York is crazy. Getting set for Jackson Dart, and then yeah, that's a lot. The Texans embarrassed the Ravens. Actually, let's take a minute to talk about the Ravens because I don't think I've ever been able to say this full statement together. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens suck. I don't think I've ever been able to say that statement together. Yeah, they're not looking good. They're not looking good at all. I understand injuries are kicking their butts right now. Like the defense is all beat up. Lamar is beat up. But even when they come out to play, there's no oomph. Like there's no I don't know, maybe I don't know. It's like no, it's just no like they have no passion. Everybody just looks frustrated. Harbaugh looks frustrated. He's out here getting outcoached by his brother once again. Um, so yeah. I don't know. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers are playing grown man football. Like they are quietly knocking teams off. They're Baker is playing great. Speaking of playing great, someone who we haven't said has played great for a very long time. Rain Dakota Prescott is playing good football. Who would have thought? Especially with all eyes on Dallas after Michael leaving. Ray Dakota is playing great football. Like he's getting MVP chance, and it's not even from the delusional Dallas fans. He's actually playing great football. He's leading the league in passing right now. The Jets are 0-5. I mean, we knew Justin Fields wasn't going to be their savior, and then it's the Jets. I mean, whatever. But coming out the locker room that they're thinking about trading Brees Hall. I mean, I know plenty of teams that will want Brees. I know Brees probably wants out of there because he wants to win something. So we'll see. Speaking of quarterback chaos and speaking of Russell Wilson, I'm hearing rumors of Russ to the Raiders. Russ back with Pete Carroll. How would that go? Like with all of the mess that came with the Seahawks during Russ's tenure there, how would that work? But I mean, outside of that throw, and y'all all know what throw I'm talking about. Outside of that throw, Pete Carroll and Russ had a time, so I don't know. That might look good. But yeah, the league is looking like reality TV right now. Things are getting crazy. Injuries have been a huge, huge, huge storyline. Tyreek Hill out for the season with we just want to say his leg snap. Because that thing they be snapping too. Looked like a rag doll. I just want to know what they shot him up with on the sidelines when they was putting that air cast on, because there's no way that his leg snapped like that and his knee was facing his behind, and he was that excited to be carted off the field. And I don't care what none of y'all say talking about some, oh, he was just excited because he knows he's out of there, no more Tua. No, baby. That was drugs. That young man was high, okay? Um, Joe Burrow, turf toe, so he's out for a couple of months. Uh, Malik Neighbors, MetLife. Hey, MetLife. We've been telling y'all for at least a decade to pull up the turf. Another great player goes down to that turf. Like at some point, something gotta give. Brock Purdy. I think he also has a toe injury. I'm not sure if it's turf toe, but I think he does have a toe injury. But whatever that toe injury is not stopping the 49ers from running it up, even though they do have arguably the easiest schedule this season. They are running it up. But every week it seems like somebody new was getting hurt, somebody new was limping off, somebody new was getting carted off. Just Grey's Anatomy turf edition. Now, because I am just a girl, let's get into a fits and foolery, okay? Fits and foolery. The wags had been wagging. They had been doing what they were supposed to do. The outfits are tea. The bodies are bodying. They are supporting their men as they should, looking great while doing it. My favorite wag this season, and I could be biased because of Denver, but if you guys don't know, we do have Eben Ingram, so therefore we get Emily Ingram. Yes, runway model Emily Ingram. And baby T, she has been bringing runway fashion to Mile High, and I love it. My girl has styled a baseball jersey, a basketball jersey for her man playing on the football field, and she's looked great doing it. Um, New wads, cashed out is now a Eagles wag. That green two-piece dress cardigan outfit that she wore with them silver boots, my girl ate that up. Then she came out the next week looking like a football player. She had on like football padded pants with a corset, and then she had her man sign it right here. Very cute cast style, very very cute. Claire Kittle has always ate us up on the field supporting George, and then Kristen Usyk. I always get that messed up. I feel like that's how you say it. I think I said it correctly this time though. She's the MVP. The whole league is wearing her designs. Killing it, killing it, killing it. But now to the foolery. Let's talk foolishness. Mark Sanchez. Yes, butt fumble Mark Sanchez. Why are we still talking about him? Because this man decided to go to Indianapolis and not only get stabbed up, he also gets arrested with felony charges. How, you ask? Because Mark Sanchez got mad at a 70, I think he was like 60 something, but a 70-year-old man, we're going to round up, and decided that he wanted to tee off on said man. And so said man said he feared for his life and stabbed up Mark Sanchez. I wouldn't doubt that if we ever get audio of what was said, that man probably mentioned something about the butt fumble. Because if I was Mark Sanchez, that would also send me over the edge. But seriously, so you were in town to do a job. You were in town to commentate the Indianapolis game, and you out there getting drunk and belligerent. Assassin and a shame. Uh, John Drew's lawsuit is also moving forward. That they've kind of tried to sweep that under the rug, but it's moving forward. And from what I'm hearing, things are about to start going public soon. I want to know what they said in them emails. Maybe I want to know. I know they nasty. I know they nasty. Before I go on, I would be remiss if I did not talk about this. This past week we have gotten new news in regard to Kyren Lacy's case. Rest in peace. And the news is actually very sad. It's actually terribly sad. Um, I just want to say thank you to his lawyer for continuing to find the truth, to believing that young man when no one else did, and finding the truth. And I do hope that his proven innocence um brings some peace to his family, even though he can never be brought back. For those that don't know, Kyren Lacy was an LSU star. He was wrongly accused of a fatal hit and run in which an elderly person was killed. Um, we now know that the city police and the of are probably the DA, I'm assuming, were all in cahoots against him. They have fabricated statements from individuals. They falsify evidence and report documents. And a video proved that he was not near the crash when it happened. The crash happened before his car even got to the location. Uh, and the court of public opinion arguably forced that young man to take his life. Unfortunately, he should be he should have been playing his first game this season, but instead we are saying remembrance. And I just wanted to make sure that I brought him up because his name should not be forgotten. One of the many people who are found guilty in the court of public opinion before things come out. With this whole cancel culture situation. And it's just a very, very sad story all around altogether. But again, big ups and props to his lawyer for never stopping and for finding the truth. And holding up the promise that he made to that young man. So yes, prayers to him and his family. All right. Now because I am just a girl. I'm just a girl. I gotta get a little delulu. A little delulu about how I think this season's gonna go. For not only the Broncos, but just in general. Um, if the Broncos keep playing like this, we're going to the playoffs. And I don't mean we're going to the first round and we're getting out. Like we're going to the playoffs. Like we're going to be the top of the AFC West. Just saying. I mean, our next 5 games, I see us going 5-0, maybe even 6-0 if we can pull out a win against the Chiefs. We had what? The Jets, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Raiders, and then the Chiefs. And that's all the way into November. I think that we can go 5-0. maybe 6-0, especially the way the Chiefs been playing because, baby, I think that the Eagles broke the Chiefs. Remember how Von Miller, Peyton Manning, and the no-fly zone broke Cam Newton and the Panthers, that Super Bowl? I think the Eagles broke the Chiefs. Like, they have been playing terribly. Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad football. True, I don't even know what else to say. They just got smacked in the mouth by the Jaguars yesterday. Like, just bad football all around. Nick Benito, DPOY. I don't really think that's actually a delusional take. I actually honestly believe that. I think we're going 2 for 2. I think we're going back to back. We got PS2 now, lock them down PS2. I think that Nick Benito is DPOY this year. He has like 6 sacks on the season and we're only in week 5. Yeah, Dak Prescott will be in the MVP running. When I said it earlier, I wasn't being facetious. That man really is playing very good football. Regardless of the 40-40 tie that they had with the Packers, he's playing good football. Call me delusional if you want. That's just what I think. That's week 5 in the books. Thank you so much for tuning in to the very first episode of Cleats and Receipts. I will be back at y'all next week. Just make sure y'all follow Cleats and Receipts on Instagram, on YouTube, and wherever you catch your podcast. Make sure you follow, like, comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me your hot takes of the season. Tell me what wags that I should be looking at. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me how you feel. Again, I'm Lee, and this was Cleats.